Time now for a look at business with Mike Epple from CityNews 680. The problem is we can't look at Mike Epple right now from CityNews 680. We're having a few technical difficulties, some gremlins in the system. I'm going to start this. Mike's going to join us here momentarily. We begin with some news that President Joe Biden in the United States does not want to hear. With an election happening next year, the U.S. government gets slapped with a credit rating downgrade. Economically speaking, I don't know how many people fully understand this, but if you're in politics, not good. Fitch Credit Service cut the U.S. credit rating from a AAA rating down to a AA plus rating, citing concerns about fiscal deterioration, high and growing debt burdens, and last-minute standoffs and resolutions to raise the debt ceiling. Obviously, there's been a lot of discussion in the United States about how they're going to keep paying the bills here. And the government shutdowns have been discussed a little too frequently, apparently, for those around the globe. And again, this is really where President Joe Biden next year is going to really base his reelection campaign on. It's that, I mean, aside from the fact that he doesn't want Trump in office, is that the economy did grow significantly post-pandemic with him in the White House. Stories like this do him absolutely no good whatsoever. So we'll see where this goes, but this is not welcome news from the White House. And by the way, we will be discussing the Donald Trump charges that were laid down coming up a little later on here on BT. All right, the price of gas is around $1.70 a liter in and around the city. Don't expect that to change in the near future. Oil tops $82 per barrel in early trading, highest since mid-April. And we have the inevitable forecast about the price for gas going up. As we know, in the summer months, people are using a lot more gas than maybe they normally would. Vacations, cottages, yada, yada, yada. And really, the amount of oil available right now is also shrinking mightily. Supply is down. They know what they're doing, the folks that run the oil industry. So heads up, if you're expecting gas prices to dip in the not-too-distant future, do not hold your breath, as oil, again, is skyrocketing in the markets, and we'll keep a close eye on that. All right, closer to home, the Bank of Montreal is warning that the June inflation cooldown was likely a bit of a mirage, and it might not continue. As gas prices jumped in July, nothing else seems to be getting any cheaper. But again, the June inflation was not something that is sustainable, and the Bank of Montreal are warning Canadians across the board, listen, this the inflation issue and the prices that have gone up, don't expect them to go down anytime soon. Again, I wish I had better news for you this morning, but that is from the Bank of Montreal. All right, two social media, specifically Meta and Google, Bill C-18 in this country right now was pushed through. It is asking Google and Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, to pay a lot of our news organizations more money because they've been making a lot in this country. Google is still talking to our federal government, but beginning yesterday, Facebook and Instagram started to ban Canadian news websites on their platforms, saying that this is something they had to do. And it's not just Canadian sites, international sites as well, as Meta and Google prepare to have these battles in Europe as well. The Canadian government, the Minister of Heritage, Pascale St-Onge, really in her first week as the minister, put out a statement saying this is completely unacceptable and we're not backing down either. So the fight continues. Google is the one to watch here. They are the much bigger fish. They, like I said, are continuing to speak to the Justin Trudeau government, but Meta have kind of followed through with some of their threats. So if you're missing some Canadian news on Instagram and Facebook, I don't know what to tell you. Mike Epple will be back tomorrow, and he'll do a lot better job than I just did.